guys, my name is Saffron and today I'm going to be doing a look using the Tarte Chrome paint. I got one the other day and I'm just going to do like a kind of simple eye look with like a nice like pop of colour on the lid. It's like a pink gold duochrome. So I've already got my eyebrows done. I use the e.l.f. brow pomade in medium brown and the Essence Make Me Brow in O2 Brownie Brows. That is always what is on my eyebrows. I will probably not change that for a while. I'm going to start with my eyes today like I always do. So first off, I'm taking the Pro Eye Base Eye Primer by MUA. I'm just going to put that all over my lids. As I said in my last video, this is, I use eye primer. This is the only eye primer I have. So when I run out of this, I will try something else. Alright, I kind of want to do like a comparison of eye primer versus concealer to see which one is better. Because I've always thought like concealer didn't really work, but maybe it will now. So I bring that all the way up, even like to my brows, because I put stuff like there as well, like highlighter or whatever. So today I'm using the Soph X Revolution, the first palette she came out with. It just looks like this. As you can see, this palette is well loved. I've hit pan in like 9 shades. I love this palette so much. It's my favorite palette ever. I use this for like 5 months like straight. It's so good. So I'm just gonna start with the shade, I can't remember any of the names, so it's this one just here. I think this one was like iced coffee maybe. I'm gonna put that all over the like lid to try and not necessarily set the base, but I'm trying to go for something quite simple today. So like the color, like it doesn't need to pop with color. So yeah, I've had this for a while now, and like I said, I really love it. It's one of my favorite palettes I've ever owned ever. So I want to go for something that's quite brown, but not like too dark, if that makes sense. Like I want to go for sort of a light, and I think I'm just going to put black on the outer corner, just call it a day. But I don't want to go too warm tone either. I think I want quite a brown look today. So I might have to dip into a couple palettes because this palette doesn't really have many browns. I'm just going to go into this shade here, which I don't remember the name of again. And it had like it came with a sheet with all the names on it, and I lost the sheet. So I'm just using this brush off Wish. Like I've said before, Wish is I get my brushes off Wish every time. Like, I don't ever go anywhere else pretty much for brushes. e.l.f. make pretty good brushes as well if you're sort of looking for brushes that are like easily accessible. Yeah, they make some nice brushes, but in Australia, e.l.f. brushes like aren't that cheap. They're not cheap enough for me to go, yeah, I'll just buy the whole set of brushes right now. So that's all the shades I think I'm going to take in that palette for now. And I'll just reach into my BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. And I think I'll just take the shade Escape, which is just this top one up here. And I will just take that on a more, like a smaller brush, my BH Cosmetics number 6 brush. This palette is so pigmented. Like look, I like barely tapped off so much product. I never really wear browns that much. I'm more of a like red and orange and yellow tone person. So browns, it's kind of weird for me to be wearing. So then I'm just going to take my translucent powder like I did last time, and I'm just going to clean up the edges. So all I do is get a brush that's kind of like bigger, and I just rub it in my translucent powder and just go around the edges just to really make sure that's blended in. So I think that's what I'm going to do for now. So I've never actually worn this Tarte Chrome paint. I heard Raw Beauty Christy talk about it, and then I also heard Samantha Ravindell talk about it. So I was like, you know what, let me just try it. So this bad boy was $32 off Sephora Australia's website. So as you can see, it's kind of like in between a pigment and a glitter. It's kind of like a pigment, a glitter, and like a moussey texture, like all in one. So I'm gonna do another cut crease. I honestly love cut creases so much. They're my favorite makeup sort of technique to do. I could just go on with this dry, but you know what, cut creases are my fave, so I might as well just do one. I'm just using the Maybelline Master Conceal, which is a pretty good concealer for cut creases. I like that it has the, like, it's in like a squeezy tube, so it's much easier to kind of squeeze out. So yeah, I haven't done a brown look for a while. I did one quite a while ago because I was like, everyone, like, I feel like I didn't do brown looks anymore. Like using true brown colours and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, let me do one. And then I was like, I think that the redder tones like complement my eyes more. Obviously I have blue eyes, so they complement them more. So then I'm just going to take a quite a hard like synthetic brush. I'm just going to dip into this. Oh, by the way, I'll put the name of it on the screen. I think it's pronounced FROSÈ, maybe. Wow, that is pretty. Oh my goodness, it's so subtle, but like in all the right ways. Like it's not, I don't know how to put this. It's not like super pigmented, but it's so subtle and so like, oh, that is beautiful. Like it's just like a brush of color. Damn, this makes me want all of them. But oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the darkest shade, which is called Hipster. It's just this like brown. It's gonna darken up the outer corner. I was gonna use black, but then I was like, you know what, no. I probably won't do anything on my lower lash line because I don't want to. That's all. There is a little bit of fallout, but only such a small amount that like you'd think there'd be more because it was so sort of, and that was with a brush, by the way. At first I was applying it and I was like, there's literally nothing on my lids. So like in some lights it looks pink and in some lights it looks gold. It's so pretty. Oh my god. Okay, now I'm moving on to the face. I'm going to use the Master Prime Illuminating Primer, which is just a illuminating primer. I don't know how to explain that more. Now I'm just going to use the Revlon Colour Stay, which just looks like this in the shade 150 Buff. To me, Buff just doesn't sound like a pale shade. I don't know about anyone else, but to me, Buff sounds like a medium shade. I don't know. I think because I'm used to like light and, you know, fair and ivory and porcelain. I'm just coming up my eyebrows. Like I said before, I don't love the Instagram-y sort of really carved out with concealer brows. I prefer the really like, this is not carving them out at all because I'm not trying to fix them. And like I said in the other video, I just go back through with whatever's left on my brush. If I mess up my brows, like whatever's left on my eyebrow brush. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my beauty blender, and I never apply foundation like this. I don't know why I did that. And I'm just start buffing it in. Now I'm going to take my Collection Lasting Perfection, which like all the writing is rubbed off. I've taken the stopper out. This concealer is definitely on its last legs, but such a good concealer. My friend got it for me from England, Gabby. She also got me this beauty blender. I don't mind this concealer. I think it's a pretty good concealer, to be honest, considering I think it's pretty cheap. I don't know if I'd buy this concealer again. I think I'd want to try other ones before I rebought this one, but I think it's still pretty good. Like I probably would repurchase it, but just sort of because I know it's good, you know what I mean? Not because it's my favorite concealer ever. I don't really have a favourite concealer. I kind of just use, I like to try, the thing is I like to try new products, so it's very rare that I'll buy the same makeup product twice. Like I normally try to try new things every time I run out of something. So if I need a new foundation, I won't buy one that I'm like, that I've already tried before, unless I really love. My L'Oreal True Match is my favourite ever foundation. So I'm just going in with my Australis banana powder, just this shade here. I'm honestly surprised I haven't hit pan in this yet. I really love like hitting pan in products. It's so satisfying. I think it just shows that you really like, you really love a product when you hit pan on it, and I think that's what I like about it, because it shows that you're like using up things in your collection and you're not just like buying new things all the time. It's fine. I have quite a, I wouldn't say it's super big, but it's not a small collection. It's quite, I have like multiple of pretty much everything. I like to have choice, but I also like to hit pan and stuff, I don't know. But everything is well loved. There are definitely some products that I just couldn't live without, and that I really love. I'm just gonna fix up, I think I took a little bit too much off this corner, so I'm just fixing it up with just whatever's left on the brush. Just to sort of make it not so harsh. Oh, I love this eye look today. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm using my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which is my favourite bronzer ever. I can't open it. There we go. It just looks like this if you haven't seen it. Such a cult favourite. I'm just taking a big brush and I just really go in. Was that too much? I just accidentally ate some and it honestly tasted like chocolate. I didn't eat it on purpose. It tasted like cocoa powder. I think this is the first Too Faced product I've ever tried. Like I don't have that much high end, but I bought this like for myself. Like a lot of the time if you get high end, I feel like you get it for like your birthday or for Christmas and stuff like that, but I bought this one for myself. It was like, I want to say like $44 maybe, or $34, like Australian dollars. It's pretty good though for a sort of high end product. I think so anyways. I don't know if I'd repurchase though. I think I'd want to try other things first. So I'm just taking the contour colour in my, not trying to contour like too hard, I just do a little bit. I'm just going to take my Rimmel Blush, which just is this shade like this. It's nice peachy sort of undertone. I love this blush because it's not too pigmented, and I feel like I would probably like fail with a pigmented blush. Then I'm going to take this Milani Highlighter. I honestly can't remember what the shade is, but it's just this like really gold colour. It's really pretty. I really like this. And I'm hoping to hit pan in this soon, but apparently not yet. Do you ever like, I'm like, today will be the day that I finally hit pan. I really like that beam nose look. So next up I'm just going to do my inner corner and brow bone highlight. The amount of brushes I've dropped on the floor today, I swear to God, I can't apparently. I'm just going to take this small like elf brush just like this. It's tiny. It's like a little blending brush. Setting spray, I'm just going to use the Maybelline Master Fix. I'm going to need to get a new setting spray soon because that one is totally running out. Okay, so now I need to put on mascara. I'm going to use my Maybelline Lash Sensational, which is like my favourite mascara ever. Lips, and I think I just want to go for something quite neutral Nelly. I'm just going to take the shade Sunshine by W7, which just looks like this. And that is the finished look. Alright, thank you so much guys. I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below anything that you would like to, and make sure to check out my other YouTube video. I'll either link it down below or just check out my channel. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!